Good evening, everybody. I see that is zero people here. Let's wait for a couple of people to join and then we can start. I'm going to share my screen to do the code email tutorial. So stay on there. Okay, welcome to the person who has joined. I'm sharing the link to a couple of people. We start in the next minute. Say a hi or hello and maybe who you are, like where you are watching from. If you have joined, so I can at least know the audience. Yeah. Hey, Sana, how are you? Okay, I don't have to waste your time. Let's go ahead and start. Oh, Sana is watching from Liberia. I'm so excited you are here. Welcome. Is this the first time you are joining? All right, without wasting much time, welcome everybody that's joining. Welcome, Sana. I'm excited you are joining from the other part of Africa. I'm going to share my screen without wasting much time and then we can start. So I'm going to present my entire screen. If you can confirm that you can see my screen, I'll really appreciate that. Sana, can you see my screen? Okay, David, you can see my screen. Thank you, David. Welcome to this session. So, what is a code email like? So, if you don't know what a code email is, that's why I'm sharing my screen. So we do a lot of sharing of ideas, right? So, what is a cold email? A cold email is an unsolicited email sent to somebody you don't know with the goal of introducing yourself, your business, your interest, or starting a conversation. So basically, a cold email is writing an email to somebody you have not had any contact with before, right? Like you're applying for a school, but the school is requiring that you reach out to a professor to secure funding or assistantship. A cold email is the email you send to that professor or that supervisor, asking them that do they have funding or can they be your supervisor. And this is an integral part of the application process, because if you watch, this is episode 4. In episode 1 we looked at finding your program, finding what country you want to go. and looking at the program requirements. And then one of the program requirements stated that you have to reach out to the professor for assistantship before you are admitted to the program. So without wasting much time, we are going to continue from there. Now the program is asking us to reach out to professors before we can be admitted. So let's reach out to professors, and we do this by going to the code email. Somebody will ask that, where do I get the professor's details, right? That's why I'm sharing my screen. And so this is the screen that where we ended our last episode 2. This is where we ended off. And then I was like, the next time you're writing a code email, you want to go to graduate. So this is the program that I want to apply. If you are a bit lost, you want to refer to episode 1 when we are done with the session. But it's not like without the episode 1 you can do it. So this is the program that we started with, right? And then one of the admission requirements is that we require you to have a faculty member agree to act as their major advisor prior to acceptance. And so it means that it's a requirement for us to reach out to a professor. My question is, how do I reach out to a professor if I don't know how to do it? And so you go to graduate faculty directory, right? You click on graduate faculty directory, and then you look at these professors, and then you are reaching out to professors based off their profile. And so without any order of doing anything, let's see. Let's click on the first person. So you click on this person, and then it will take us to their profile. I want you guys to take note of a lot of things that I'm doing, and you can always refer to this page, right? It's not too late to reach out to professors. This is the time to actually reach out to professors, because those with funding are now making decisions and all of that. So we clicked on this professor's profile. It says Food, Nutrition, Packaging Science Department, Coastal Research and Education Center. She has her phone number there. She has her email. She has a personal website. Some of the things you want to look at is the personal website. When you go to the personal website, it might tell you like the things she's doing, the university she's been to, her qualifications, her research. Even without going to a personal website, we can still stay on the school website, which I'm back, right? And then look at this profile, educational background, the profile, research interest. This is a major part of how to write a code email. So for this professor, one of her research is investigating the molecular, biochemical, and physiological factors that determine the quality and shelf life of produce. Mind you, we are talking about packaging technology. So she's researching on how to protect the shelf life of produce. Number 2, she's studying the impact of abiotic stress on the post-harvest quality of fruits and vegetables. And she's also doing a third research. What I'm going to do, she has lab members, right? So if you look at her lab members, Ebenezer Kwandos sounds like a Ghanaian PhD student that you can actually reach out to. I hope I'm communicating with somebody. So you're like, how do I reach out to students? That this guy will be a very good person to reach out to if you want to ask information, or he can even be a link for you between the professor and yourself. Then Zeneba Adiza. I don't know where this person is from by the name, but this person is studying agricultural animal associate. So these are the things you are looking out for when you are drafting code email. Am I able to reach out to a professor? I can see Linda join. Thank you so much, Linda, for joining. Last week, Linda was our guest, and it was amazing. Like, people have reached out to me, like that interview was very informative. And so what we are going to use is an AI tool called ChatGPT, right? So you click on ChatGPT. I don't have the premium account, so that's many of you, right? So I was like, I'm not using the premium account so that you don't say that you don't have the premium account. So now I'm sharing. It says login. You can stay logged out, right? And then you want to copy the profile of the professor. You want to copy the profile of the professor and then paste in ChatGPT, right? Now you are going to tell ChatGPT what to do. So yesterday I actually did prep for this session. So I have what I want to write here. I go back into ChatGPT and add this. So I've added the professor's profile and I said I am writing a cold, sorry guys. I'm writing a cold email requesting for funding and supervisorship from this professor before I apply for my graduate program. This is the profile of the supervisor. Please generate the cold email. Please generate the code. Enter. And so, can you guys see? It gave me inquiry regarding graduate research assistantship. That will be the subject of your email. Dear Professor, I hope this email finds you well. My name is da da da, and I'm currently post service. So it generated a whole letter, right? It generated a whole letter that talks about I'm reaching out to express my interest in applying to specific programs. So you want to put the program at Clemson University and inquire about the potential opportunities for funding and supervisorship under your guidance. Your research on aligns closely with my interests, particularly in exploring innovative and here you want to express what specific research he's doing that attracts you to him, right? So my only concern with this method is that it's going to generate a code email that a couple of people can also get access to. Because mind you, if everybody is reaching out to this professor using ChatGPT, most likely the AI is going to generate the same email. That's why I go to my next point, using AI to write about yourself, right? So I did have a template um, resume. Let me see if I still do have it. I downloaded it yesterday while I was prepping for this session. Right. So this is it. This is not my resume, right? I'm going to copy this resume. So this can be your resume. I'm going to copy this resume, go into ChatGPT again, paste this resume, and then add my prompt. So my next prompt is going to be that first part is my note says that first part is the general one, most likely everyone will get when they are using ChatGPT. Now, how do you tailor to suit you as an individual? Now, write a tailored code email requesting for funding. Okay, so after I've posted my this in the ChatGPT, I'm going to tell ChatGPT to do this. Now, write a tailored code email requesting for funding and supervision from this professor before I can apply to my graduate program that highlights our similarities and interests or create an alignment between our profiles. So this is what I told ChatGPT. Look at the commands that I'm giving ChatGPT. I'm going to add these in the description of my video. So in case you want to use the same command, you can just put it in there. So click on go. And then you see that this is different from what the ChatGPT will generate to you. So this can be, you can be in the business field, you can be in engineering, and this method should still work for you when you are reaching out to professors. So you don't even have to reach out to a particular YouTuber to ask, I want to write a code email. Do you have a template or anything? If you guys are still hearing me, at least please engage in the comment section so that I'm very sure that like you guys are hearing me. Yeah, so you don't need to reach out to a particular YouTuber for templates or you just go to ChatGPT and you can do a number of things. So now that this has written it for you, you can copy this into Word document. And you know AI generates a lot of things for everybody, and we all know how AI sounds, right? If you use AI a lot and you see AI work, you know this is AI. You want to go ahead and make some edits for yourself, make some changes for yourself. Now, when it comes to writing the email, once you have copied this in your email, my notes, I wrote that attach your transcript or, if possible, evaluated transcript. Attach your resume and any test you have written and any special projects that you have done. So one other thing that will set you apart from your mates is that you are reaching out this professor with a tailored cold email. You are reaching out to this professor with your transcript. You are reaching out to this professor with any special projects that relate to the program you are trying to apply for. You are reaching out to this professor to show them the transcript that you're a good student and you are worth even their time reading this cold email. And so this is how you do things differently. And that's why I'm treating this as part of the Successful Fall 2025 series. This is a good time to start reaching out to the professors. This is a recorded session and you can always go back to this and use it, right? If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section and then we can take it from there. I don't see any questions so far. So yeah, I wanted to show you how to write an email, but I feel like that's something you guys all can do. Just make sure that when you are writing the email, you actually say, please find attach the following: my transcript, my resume, my test scores, and all relevant projects. When you send an email like this containing this information to a professor, I bet there is no way the professor is going to deny you of funding if they actually do have the funding. Yeah, if they actually do have the funding, there's no way they are going to deny you. If you have any questions so far, please send in the comment section and I can address it. So basically, this was the session for today. Writing a code email is pretty much simple. You can use any AI tool apart from ChatGPT. Just make sure that you are putting in the tailored things that ChatGPT needs. And this in itself is a general thing. You want to make sure that you are editing it to suit who you are, make it more personalized. Okay, so I do see that Sana doesn't have any question and she says thanks. I really appreciate you all for joining today's session. Share this with a couple of people. We are now entering December. Professors are still issuing funding. Reach out to that professor before you apply to the school because it gives you a competitive edge. But also, last week we learned from our guests that you always don't have to wait till a professor responds. You go ahead and apply, take the risk, do a couple of actions at a time. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is Excel with Emmy. On this channel, we do talk about career, education, lifestyle, study abroad content. If these are subjects that are of interest to you, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification for this channel. I will see you in my next session. I hope this was really helpful. Share to as many people as you can. And I bet this is going to make you some progress of securing funding or supervisorship. I'll see you next week. Next week, I have an interview with the Fred Effect on Sunday. I'm going to stream simultaneously to share about my journey, what I did to get where I am right now. So if you want to join, that would be a good opportunity to learn some one or two from my experience. And so thank you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye.